Hello, Angel here. Welcome to or back to my channel. Thank you for stopping, clicking and watching. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. And if you're new, it's lovely to have you here. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. So what we're doing today? Today we're doing a walkthrough, of course, of this beautiful deck, Art Magic, an inspiration deck for creativity by Molly Roberts. Now, I stumbled upon Molly's channel. It must have been in 2020, at the beginning of my beginner witch practice. If you don't know who Molly Roberts is, you know, I'm going to leave a link, a link in the description box. And you know, what are you doing here? Go and look at their channel. It's amazing. I absolutely adore their content. I find it actually really comfy and cozy for some reason. I feel that Molly, you know, speaks to us like, you know, like friends, which I really like. I really enjoy that. And I just enjoy their passion. I love their energy. I really enjoy their content. Quite simply put. Go and check out their channel if you haven't already seen them. So when this came out, or when it was out for pre-order, it was a no-brainer that I was going to order it. Yeah, so let's take a look at this. I love the illustration style around the text, of course. I love me some colour. And if you've been following my channel for a wee while, you'll know that I wanted to bring art magic into my practice for 2023. I did study art when I was at school, when I was a teenager. And then when I, you know, left school, the artistic side of me kind of, yeah, went into hiding, or, you know, went on a bit of a vacation and hasn't come back until the beginning of 2023. So here we are. This is what the back of the box says. Answer the call of the art witch with a kaleidoscope of creative inspiration. Enter the realm of art magic with this vivid inspiration deck. Unleash your inner art witch and cast creative spells with earth, air, fire, water and ether. Bring your blazing desires to life. Be lifted by breezes of intuition. Swim freely in creative flow. Engage with the enchanted world and revel in the playful wisdom of the rainbow. This imaginative deck will awaken the creative magic that lives within you. Now, I've already taken the cards out because I was trying to be totally efficient. The inside of the box is this beautiful indigo colour, and the outside of the box is rainbow coloured, which I absolutely love. And then you've got this like very this removable cardboard insert which holds the cards securely in place. I really appreciate and like this size of this kind of box. This for me is much easier to store. I just appreciate it when the little booklet goes in with the cards all together. I'm not a big fan of, for instance, Llewellyn boxes when they're very, very big. This totally floats my boat. So that was the box. We're going to take a quick look at the pamphlet, or maybe not such a quick look. Maybe it'll be a bit of a slower look. Who knows? Yeah. So we've got a bit of information on the call of the art witch. This says the call of the art witch is to step bravely into the humming splendour of your creative potential and reclaim your right to a dynamic, enchanted life. This grimoire making its way into your hands means that you have received such a call. Will you answer and awaken the art witch within? Then we go a bit into what is art magic. Art magic is the practice of using art media and art forms to create changes on the inner and outer world of the witch. By ascribing meaning to each step of our work and actively participating with our environments, we tap into the natural spell-like structure of the creative process and make enchanted art objects to transform our lives. An enchanted object or place has a vibrant life all of its own. To be enchanted is to be fascinated, wooed, captivated and delighted. Art magic spells are designed to enchant both the art witch and the object of our attention. By offering our work devoted concentration and the aid of our playful genius, we can sing our creative projects full of purpose, poetry and power. Art magic is a method and may be moulded to fit the needs of the individual witch and enhance any existing magical path or tradition. Then we go a bit into how art and magic work together. And I'm just going to read this here where it says, both art and magic can be routes to healing, beauty, communication, illumination, initiation, commemoration, storytelling, meditation, activism, play, and spiritual sustenance. Yeah, so there's a bit more information about how art and magic work together there. Then we go into how to use this deck. So this deck is designed to inspire, excite, and kickstart your art witch practice using elemental helpers and the power of colour to guide you. So we've got some oracle spreads at the beginning here. We've got a 1-card spread, which is draw a single card at random to tune into your magic, add a dash of creative inspiration to your daily routine, or bust through a creative block. So by asking several different questions, you pull a 1 card. Then you've got a 3-card spread, which is the Art Witch Pyramid. This can be used to break through stuckness, indecision, and uncertainty. We've got a 5-card spread, Elemental Self-Care spread. And then we go on to the Elemental Helpers, which I'm going to go into when I start showing you the cards in a wee moment. Then we've even got some information on the magic of colour. So it says, colour is a dazzling mercurial chameleon whose identity shifts dramatically depending upon its location in nature, culture, and time. We are immersed in a constant conversation with the power of colour as hues subtly influence our moods and behaviours, send unseen signals, and summon wordless tales. So we've got, a small description for each colour, and then we've got a bit of information about the author there as well. So that was the little booklet. I'm going to move on to the cards. Now the cards have all different slightly different nuances of backs, and no card has the same back, which I find really interesting. And the thought kind of struck me that maybe if I laid out all of the cards, they would create a big picture. So I'm going to test that at the end and see if that works. Let's pop these back so you can kind of see here. These are associated to the elements. So for instance, we have ether, then we have water, fire, air, and earth, and each element has 9 cards in the deck, apart from ether, which has 4. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show you a bit more. Those are the backs. Sorry to keep showing you the backs, but I just wanted to explain that about the deck. Okay, so each element has an unlock the element card. So for instance, we're going to start with earth here. As you can see, the elemental symbol for earth. And then when we get into the cards, I'm not sure if you can be able to see this, right at the top of each of the cards, they have this elemental symbol. And obviously there are also not colour coordinated, what's the word? Oh my goodness, my brain. I'm going to put the word on the screen. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. So obviously the earth are nuances of green. So we've got unlock the element earth. We've got a few words of what earth is associated with, the earth element is associated with. So we've got the body, nourishment, resources, and fertility. Then we've got qualities, growth, stability, abundance, sensuality, luxury, beauty, comfort, sustenance, protection, grounding, manifestation. We've even got expressions, so plant life, ground-dwelling creatures, mountains, crystals, salts, stones, roots, forests, canyons, caves, gardens, homes, feasting, gnomes, and the fae. Then different media associated with earth: clay, stone, wood, seeds, leather, cement, mud, chalk, coins, edible supplies, bone, wheat paste, natural pigments. And the tools that are associated with earth are carving tools, pottery wheel, mortar and pestle, bone folder, which I'm not sure what that is, and trowel. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the earth cards. And as mentioned, there are 9 cards in this suit. So we have Celebrate Seasons. I really enjoy these little illustrations here at the top of the cards. I think they're really cute. Celebrate the Seasons. I'm going to read a couple of the cards in each suit, so you kind of get a gist of, or an idea of what what the deck's about. So celebrate seasons, drinking the wonders of the season. What colours, sounds, flavours and textures is the natural world presenting to you at this time? What stories does this season whisper to you? Absorb inspiration from seasonal joys and delicacies, specific to where you dwell, to breathe life into your creative practice. Then we've got tune into colour. Forage for allies. Should we read that one? I think we should. It's totally speaking to me. Intriguing allies beckon to the thoughtful forager. Scavenge potential product supplies and magical tools on the sidewalk, beach, roadside, trash heap, or in the bins of second-hand shops and swaps. Channel the magpie who catches the flash of treasure amid the mundane rubbish. I love that. Potential prizes and novel ideas lie in wait for your discerning eye. Ooh, that totally speaks to my inner magpie, I've got to say. Place of power. Consider context. Make a mandala. Spy sacred shapes. Should I read that one? Sacred geometry flickers beneath the appealing proportions of nature like a secret code. These sacred shapes can be discovered in the spiralling structure of a seashell, honeycomb, snowflake or flower. Study these sublime shapes, apply their harmonious magic, and watch your creations blossom with an otherworldly beauty that is both primordial and new. Ooh. Layers of meaning, and then we even have Genius Loki. I'm going to pop back to the guidebook very, very quickly because I'm just very interested to mention about the colour section. I'm thinking that, you know, for me, earth colours are browns, blacks, oranges, maybe even, definitely greens, possibly golds. So I'm going to just read a couple of the associations with those colours. I'm going to go for green and gold, I think. Green works on emotional and physical healing, fertility, growth, recovery from burnout, injury or ordeal, eases grief, works with the environment, and develops relationships with nature spirits. Then I'm thinking of, you know, when moving towards, for instance, autumn, you know, you get some gold tones that are going on in nature as well. So gold for vitality, stamina, personal sovereignty, cultivating gratitude, inviting wealth or resources, success, luck, illumination, healthy self-worth and financial freedom. Shall we take brown as well, just for good measure, just to give you a bit of an idea? Brown builds the foundations for long-term projects, kitchen witchery, housekeeping arts, simple pleasures, protection, grounding, eco-magic, creature communication, and animal care. So I'm just thinking that, you know, by pulling one of these cards, my thought is that, you know, if I pulled a card, then I would use the unlock the element card as well, and then go to the guidebook for more prompts relating to the colours that you know, come to mind when I think of the earth element, for instance. That was my thought on using this deck. So with that being said, that was the earth cards. We're going to move on to air, and air has been given the colour or the association of purple. So here we have air. Unlock the element air. So that air associates with movement, messages, mental faculties, intellect, inspiration, and the qualities: creativity, memory, cleansing, imagination, communication, psychic abilities, flight, expansion, truth, rare flying, releasing. Then we've got expressions: storytelling, winged creatures, weather events, singing, poetry, wind, clouds and breath, sounds, music, prayers, language, smoke, travel, angels and sliffs. I hope I said that correctly. And then we've got the media, feathers, fibres, leaves, photos and papers. And then finally for air, the tools that are associated with air are quill, pen, needle, scissors, camera, knitting needles, crochet hook, loom or quilting hoop. So that was for air. Obviously we've got the elemental symbol for air, and then we've even got the elemental symbols. I'm just going to hold this up so hopefully you can see in the camera here. And obviously the associated colour for air is purple. So we've got Awaken the Art Witch. I think we've got to read that one, haven't we? Most definitely. Okay, so this one reads, step into your precious power and claim your creative magic with deliberate urgency. Liberate yourself from unhelpful stories and fear of your abilities right now. Devise a ritual to acknowledge and grow your power. Perform this ritual often to ignite your scintillating truth. Create your destiny. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, riding lunar waves. Symbols of power. I love these little illustrations. I think they're so good. Inspiration and synchronicity. Focus pocus. Create new opportunities. Should we read that one? I think so. That sounds like a good one to dive into. Okay, throw open the windows of your heart so fresh breaths can blow the cobwebs away. Call in the gust of wind to stir up new circumstances. Clear your mind and carry goodwill all over town. Create an art spell on the wind to spread fresh blessings on your neighbours, local creatures, the planet, and people you may never meet. I love that. I really like that. Weave a healing spell. Not magic. I love me some not magic. And then we finally got record your journey, which I'm totally going to read that one because that really appeals to me. Your story is worth telling, Art Witches. Record your discoveries and quests in a journal, grimoire or scrapbook. Approach your grimoire as a living document that is equal parts archive, trusted confidant and playground. Be generous with your book and luxuriate in the privacy of its pages. I've got to say I really enjoy that as well. That really resonates with me, that last part. Be generous with your book and luxuriate in the privacy of its pages. I'm going to just go off on a tangent here and say that my mum said to me when I was very, very young, never write anything down that you wouldn't want anyone to use against you. And that has really stuck with me throughout my whole life. And so I've never kept a journal, I've never kept a diary or anything like that until I stepped onto my beginner witch practice or path and began to, write in a journal and keep a grimoire. And even then, when I started that practice, I still could not be free in what I wrote because that piece of advice stuck in my mind. And I feel, I've obviously, tried to get over that, but I still feel once I read that totally took me back to that piece of advice, don't write anything down that you want anyone to use against you. Because I do feel I'm still censored in what I write in my grimoire or my journal, which I shouldn't really be because I live by myself. So there's nobody else that would be looking in my grimoire. And when I leave this planet, I'm not sure I'm particularly fussed if anyone looks in my journals and grimoire. To be quite frank, I'm not sure I'm really going to mind. So no harm, no harm done. Shall we look at the guidebook again for the colours? I think we should. That would be quite a good idea, I feel. So the air, they've given, or Molly's given air the colour of indigo. So I'm going to read indigo, but I'm also going to read silver because silver reminds me of like clouds and the silver lining. So I'm going to read that as well, and possibly grey, if that's okay. We're going to read all three. So we've got indigo. Accesses hidden pools of wisdom, develops intuition, expands perceptions, aids digital detoxing and finding true purpose, unlocks spiritual gifts, creates fantasy worlds and entices far out dreams. Then we've got silver for the home, smooth communications, easing negotiations, increasing flexibility, acceptance and life transitions, taking risky options, evading malefic influences and romancing the mundane. I like that. And then we've got grey, invoking your inner elder. I really like that as well. I really like that. Divination, deepening study, invisibility, neutralising situations, quieting the mind, quelling compulsive behaviours, cultivating patience, building skills, healing addictions and uncovering secrets in plain sight. Ooh, I do like that for grey. Grey's not a favourite colour for me at all, but that is totally speaking my language. Okay, we're moving on to fire. Let's grab these. So we've got unlock the element of fire, willpower, activity, passions, purification. So the qualities of fire: courage, lust, purification, catalyst, transformation, warming, destruction, illumination, strength, and uninhibited. Then we've got expressions: candles, flames, fireworks, lighting, desert dwelling creatures, phoenixes, salamanders, dragons, ovens, dance, electric lights, and wands. Media: metal, glass, foils, metallic finishes, gold leaf, glitter, and charcoal. And finally, the tools for fire: kiln, not sure what that is, I have to Google that. Clothes iron, that's interesting. Oven, forge, wood burning pen, torch, heat gun, or fire pit. So that was for that. Obviously, we've got the elemental symbols at the top of the cards I mentioned for the others. So we've got illuminate your aspirations. Oh, can read this one. Our aspirations are glittering stars that guide us through the dark. What is your most expansive wish? Create a spell to illuminate your highest aspirations for yourself, your loved ones, and your community. In the pursuit of our guiding star, we become a beacon for others. Set a light in your heart and the spark will leap and spread. I love that. Oh, I really like that. Okay, magnify your charm. Change the game. I love this. Let me just show you this this little illustration there. That totally speaks to the Sagittarian in me. I love that. So cute. Cathartic art. Conjure a sacred space. Slay perfection. Inspired action. Then I really want to read this one. Empower your tools. That's an interesting one, I think. Tools are living spiritual collaborators. Plug into the beauty of an animated universe by recognizing the power of your tools. Ensoul them with names, history, personality, and notice their inherent wisdom. Transform your tools into magical allies through meditation, ritual, close observation, and vivid imagination. I love that. I love the whole fact of naming your tools. You know, Roger, Bert, and Gilbert. I love that. I really, really like that. Yeah, I like that. And the last one, own your intention. So that was fire. We're going back to the guidebook. We're going to look at yellow and orange, I'm thinking. Let's do this. Or maybe yellow and red. Let's go yellow and red. Okay, so yellow helps generate new ideas, brings attention to issues, aids study, increases feelings of self-worth, builds healthy boundaries, promotes good health, kindles friendships, and ignites enthusiasm for life. Then we've got red. Attracts attention, stirs passions, protects, invigorates, motivates, builds confidence, makes connections with ancestors, invokes the inner warrior, and draws on reserves of strength. I like that a lot. I really like that. Invokes the inner warrior. Yes, please. I love that. More of that malarkey for the people. Yes, definitely. Okay, moving on to the element of water. Water has been designated the colour blue. Unlock the water element. Emotions, intuition, relationships, love, healing, dreams. So the qualities: intuitive, flexible, compassionate, emotional intelligence, psychic, cleansing, dreamy, mysterious, restorative, reflective, quenching, and cyclic. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. The expressions: oceans, rivers, lakes, rain, tides, wells, fountains, springs, baths, water-dwelling creatures, mermaids, mirrors, cauldrons, cups, blood, friendship, community, and relationships. Then we've got media: liquid paints, dyes, stains, inks, shells, driftwood, sea glass, and resin. And then tools for water, for the water element: brushes, buckets, jars, pipettes, spray bottles, that's interesting, and sponges. So as mentioned, we've got the colour is associated with blue. So we've got flow, ancestral connection. I'm going to read this one. You are held in an ancient net of ancestral aid. Exploring ancestral connections offers a bounty of understanding, personal power, healing, and restoration. Honour connection with elders of family lineage, vocation, teachers, mentors, spiritual tradition, and ancestors of place. Meditate on ways you can be an excellent ancestor and bestow blessings on future generations. I really like that. On ways you can be an excellent ancestor and bestow blessings on future generations. Yeah, I really like that one. Honour days of personal power. I'm sorry, I want to read that one too. Dip into a well of power by celebrating dates and times that are holy to you. Ooh. Birthdays, anniversaries of any kind, rites of passage, and dates of cultural, civic, or spiritual significance are all auspicious days of power. Create holidays and mark dates of meaning with your own bewitching flair. I really like that. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you may remember that I moved from the UK to a different country on the 31st of October. Halloween. So I jumped on my broomstick and flew across the pond, as it was, to start a new life. So for me, the 31st of October is almost more important to me than December the 31st. The 31st of October is the day that I reflect back on how the month or how the year has been, and what I want to achieve for the coming year. So yeah, it's become a real day of reflection and inner work, actually, to be honest. So that's just me, but that was really interesting, I felt. Okay, next one. Embrace impermanence. Scrying. Celebrate spills. Restore mind, body, and spirit. We're going to read this one. Trust the process. In the beginning, all may present as disparate chaos or an underwhelming wreck, but nothing is ever quite as it seems. When doubt creeps in, cast a counter spell by trusting the process. A sense of affectionate adventure will buoy you. Lean into the journey, embrace weirdness, and revel in your odyssey of becoming. Well, that's interesting. And then the last one is incubate dreams. Nurture and guard your fledgling dreams with fierce love. Nourish your hopes and visions by keeping them close to your heart until they are ready to hatch in their full splendour. Pay attention to your nighttime dreams as they are littered with jewels of guidance for speedily bringing your waking dreams to life. I love this little dragon here as well. That's really cute. Okay, so we're going to look at what's the word? Dooby-dooby-doo. The little guidebook for the colours. So we're going to go with blue and white this time. So blue. Have I read blue? I feel like I read blue. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. Blue opens communication, cooling and stabilising conditions, legal and business endeavours, promotes peace, divine inspiration, freedom from oppressive cultural expectations, gently dissolves blockages, offering devotions and deepening meditation. That's interesting. For blue, for me, also is a very healing colour. So I really resonate with blue for healing. White, I'm going to take white as well because, water can be foamy and frothy and that gives me a bit of a white vibe. White for general healing, cleansing, and initiating new adventures. Sorry. For general healing, cleansing, and one last time. So I do apologise. For general healing, cleansing, and initiating new adventures. We got there in the end. Hurrah! Okay, so that's that one. So that was water, and then the final one is ether. This is ether here. Quintessence, all-encompassing, and the qualities. Ether has no visible defining characteristics. Ether is both the spring well. Sorry, I'm going to have to bring this to my eyes, close to my eyes, because I can't see what it says. Sorry. So ether has no visible defining characteristics. Ether is both the spring well of the other elements and the space in which they exist. expression. Ether describes the most potent defining characteristics, true spirit or essence of a concept. In the art magic method, ether may present the truest spirit and characteristics residing in the mind, heart and soul of the maker. Media is everything or all, and the tools, that's the art witch. I'm just going to say that was really difficult to read. I don't know if you can see here, it's like a graduation of colour. So it goes from like purple to blue. That was really difficult for me to see and read, sorry. So we've only got 4 cards for ether. We've got play. Let's move these over here so you can see them. Desire. Imagination. And am I going to get this last one in? I hope this is in sight. Here we go. Mindfulness. We're going to read imagination, I think. All things that exist once swam in the cosmic sea of imagination. Exercise your wizardly aptitude for solving problems and incandescent creativity by becoming an excellent custodian of your imagination. Feed it well, give it lots of fresh air, and invite the imaginal to befriend you in your daily life. Prepare to be amused. Oh goodness me, honestly my English language is terrible. I do apologise. Disclaimer for any of you that haven't seen any of my videos, I don't live in an English speaking country. I've lived in a different country for 17 years and I don't use English on a daily basis. So sometimes, you know, the English language is not my friend, quite honestly, quite simply put. So yeah, so there we have it. Those were the cards. I think personally I'm going to use this deck by pulling out the elemental cards, I'm going to say. Let's just grab them here. I'm obviously not sure because I haven't used this deck yet. I only got it yesterday. But I think this is the way I'm going to use it. And then I think I'm going to shuffle these cards. I'm going to put on the screen the publisher of this deck. The cardstock is matte, I would say. It's quite thick. And they're quite big cards, so I can just get my hands around them, but it's not particularly comfortable. They kind of squidge together. They don't shuffle particularly well. But overhand shuffling is fine. I think I'm most likely going to shuffle. Is this called waterfall shuffling? I don't know technical terms. I just do it, man. I just go rogue. I just kind of live the dream and do what I want, and fly by the seat of my pants, to be quite honest with you. Let's do one more shuffle, and I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to pull this one because it appears to be slightly poking out of the deck, and I do like me some blue. Trust the process. I totally do trust the process. So I think I would then grab the water card. I don't know. I'm kind of just playing with ideas here of how to use this deck. And I would read Trust the Process. So in the beginning, all may present as disparate chaos or an underwhelming wreck, but nothing is ever quite as it seems. When doubt creeps in, cast a counter spell by trusting the process. A sense of affectionate adventure will buoy you. Lean into the journey, embrace weirdness, and revel in your odyssey of becoming. So I think that I would then look to unlocking the water element, and I'm thinking actually I may even well bring in a tarot deck for this. Should we do that? Dare we do that? Wait, please hold. Okay, I'm back, and I took with me, is that proper English? Who knows? Anywho, this is the Muse Tarot. I've been really feeling drawn to work with this month, which was not my intention, but here we are. Edged in this beautiful pink colour. These are the cards, which, I'm feeling, totally drawn to, which I'm thinking it's got a bit of a summer vibe with the colours. Apologies, my camera died. Let's try this again. Okay, so we've got the Muse Tarot. Now, if I had any plan for this video, that plan has totally gone out the window. And we're now in no man's land, and we've gone rogue. So, strap yourself in, because this could well be a bumpy ride. Let's see if this is going to help to expand the prompt. So let's have a look here. How can I trust the process? See if we can find a jumper. It's looking promising. I have 2 cards here. How can I trust the process? Okay. So, how can I trust the process? I can most definitely let go of the fear and the sadness that I've been holding on to. Let it melt away. I like this where it feels like it's, you know, it's speaking of moving with the flow, going with the flow. And I like this whole feeling of this movement here. And water obviously always speaks to me of cleansing and healing. The Knight of Materials, yeah, we're looking at a slow, steady pace, doing the work, releasing. And this also speaks to me of this focus that this person has on the, I'm going to say they're icicles. Maybe removing my focus from that which has been frozen and moving more into fluidity, I'm going to say. When I grabbed the Muse Tarot, I also grabbed this oracle. This is the Creativity Oracle by Amy Zerner and Monty Farbird. This is how this one looks. There's quite a few cards in this one. I think there's like 90 cards or something. They're edged in, they're gilded in gold, sorry. These are the same people that did the, I want to say Enchantment Tarot, if that's the correct name. And they've got information on the back as well as having a guidebook, obviously. I tend to only use as a jumping off point this, the meaning on the back, sorry. Totally, my mind is blanking, sorry. So I'm going to have a bit of a shuffle of this one. And I'm going to pull a card from here as well. Let's do this. So, how can I lead into the journey? How can I lead into the journey? Just speaking about the Knight of Materials, I've been studying Ethany's book. I have a bit of a brain fog with the court cards. I find them really difficult to memorise or to, you know, yeah, I'm going to say memorise. So I've been reading through her book last month and even this month. And that's been really interesting, I've got to say. Okay, let's do this. We've got pick a card here. Let's have a look. This is interesting. Okay, this is the card that popped out. We've got this rose being picked up again, and even this kind of reminds me of a portal, actually. This succulent, and the message on the card is flash. So the question was, how can I lead into my journey? Flash. A creative flash of inspiration will come to you and quickly give you the perfect solution. That was quite interesting. And I'm going to pull the bottom card as well, actually, saying that, because this is interesting as well. Let's just move these out slightly. Let's do that, and that. And this was the card on the bottom, which I tend to pull as well, actually. We've got another horse, which is a bit of a coincidence with the knight. We've got this direction going on. To me, this is the future, this is the past. So this is very interesting that we're moving towards the future. And this one is transformation. Allow the energy of fear to be transformed by love, creativity, and compassion. So there we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, actually, to be honest. I hope this kind of gave you a bit of an insight into the deck. I'm going to obviously work with this deck and you know, see what comes about. As I mentioned, I started my art witchery practice, I'm going to say, in 2023, at the beginning of 2023. And, you know, using just tarot generally and oracle decks together, the messages that I've received has created artwork, which I've then, what's the word? That I've then created. That doesn't make sense. But I'm hoping that you understand what I'm saying. So anyway, that's just babbly. We'll see where this leads me. I do hope this walkthrough was helpful to somebody in some way. I'm going to thank you very much for watching and, you know, staying the course. And I'm going to, yeah, wish you a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care, and I hope to see you next time. Toodaloo.